Okay. Well, the president and the U.S. delegation are going to be heading to Copenhagen soon for the big UN climate meeting. This is the biggest meeting since the 1997 Kyoto Protocol, which the U.S. wisely stayed out of. Now, right before the Kyoto Protocol, the Senate had a resolution, the Byrd-Hagel resolution, 95-0, which really laid out good advice for the U.S. for global warming treaty negotiations, both then and now heading into Copenhagen. The Byrd-Hagel resolution essentially said two things. The U.S. shouldn't get involved in any kind of global warming treaty that left out developing nations and which hurt the U.S. economy. Now, the Kyoto Protocol actually violated both of these. It exempted developing nations like China, which turned out to be a much bigger oversight than originally thought in 1997, because nations like China have seen their emissions rising so fast that really leaving them off the hook means that emissions will go up regardless of what the U.S. and other developed nations do. So without developing nation involvement in a treaty, then it's all economic pain for no environmental gain for the U.S. And that's assuming the worst of global warming. And of course, there's reasons to doubt that as well. Now, the second part of the Byrd-Hagel resolution is that the treaty can't harm the U.S. economy. And that clearly was violated in the Kyoto Protocol in 1997 and will be violated even more strongly with Copenhagen provisions, because many of the activists and negotiators involved in the Copenhagen Treaty say it must be much tougher than the provisions in the Kyoto Protocol. But what we're talking about is reducing emissions of carbon dioxide from fossil fuels. It really boils down to a massive energy tax that will raise the cost of gasoline, raise the cost of electricity, make it much more expensive for homeowners and car owners to use the energy they need, and also kill a number of manufacturing jobs here in the U.S. if we were to sign on to this treaty. So we're talking about a tremendous amount of economic pain, even from the weaker provisions in the 1997 Kyoto Protocol, much less so the much tougher ones that are being debated at Copenhagen. So the Byrd-Hagel resolution, which said that developing nations can't be left off the hook and provisions can't hurt the American economy, was good advice then, and it's still good advice now heading into Copenhagen.